Hi. My name is Alvira Delta Konihuna, and this time I will explain about the South Sulawesi culture, and let's do it. This first slide, I will explain about the background. South Sulawesi is a province in Indonesia. There is a cultural diversity in this province, like traditional dances, typical food, traditional custom or ceremonies in this province. And and there are three pictures in this part. The first one is the Bongkanan houses, is the custom houses from South Sulawesi, and the second one is Kipas Keparana dance, one of traditional dances, and the last one is Mapali tradition, one of the traditional passed down from generation to generation. In their South Sulawesi has many ethnicities and tribes, but the majority are Makassar, Bugis, and Toraja. Likewise, in everyday language use, these three ethnicities are more dominant. In fact, the most famous culture both in the unique and interesting culture and custom of Tanah Toraja. Apart from that, traditional houses in South Sulawesi, originating from the three regions of Makassar, Bugis, and Tanah Toraja, have architecture that is almost the same. The houses were built on pillars so that the existing traditional houses had a pit underneath. Tongkonan traditional houses is the mention about the name about the houses built using wood and are work on piles of wood. The type of wood used is uru wood, and this type wood only in Sulawesi. Apart from that, the construction was also carried out without metal elements. Even nails were rarely used to build tongkonan. Formation of the province of South Sulawesi on 13 July 1950. South Sulawesi was officially formed with capital in Makassar. Since then, this province has experience of economic, social, and political growth that's significant. The already area that is now the province of South Sulawesi has been inhabited by various tribes and ethnic groups 4,000 years ago. The Bugis, Makassar, and Toraja tribes are three ethnicities that have an important role in the history of this area. Around the 14th century, in the South Sulawesi, there were a number of small kingdoms. The two kingdoms is the Bugis kingdom and the Makassar kingdom that stood out at time were the Goa kingdom, which was around Makassar, and the Bugis kingdom, which was around Bone. In 1530, the Goa kingdom began to develop itself, and the middle 16th century, Goa becomes the most important trading center in the Eastern Indonesian region. In 1605, the Kingdom of Goa converted to Islam and made Goa an Islamic kingdom, and between 1608 and 1611, the Goa kingdom attacked, conquered the Bone kingdom so that Islam could be was spread in the Makassar and Bugis area. Okay, we move from second slide, and next I will explain about this slide is tradition ceremonies. The left picture is Maan Nene tradition, and the right picture is Rambu Solo tradition. I will explain one by one. So let's do first picture. Manaib tradition may have often been heard by people outside South Sulawesi society. This ceremony originates from Toraja, and the ritual is very unique, namely cleaning the bodies of ancestors even to us that are decades old. The Toraja tribe is known as a tribe that really respect their ancestors. As a form of respect, they perform this Manene ceremony. They also slaughter pigs or buffalo as a form of respect. They believe that the spirits of their ancestors will not reach heaven if their family members do not sacrifice pigs or buffalo. The number of animals they sacrifice must match the number of body present. They then perform a special ritual to open the graves of their deceased relatives by placing betel on the graves. This ritual is also known as patene. The deceased family members were then dried in the sun. The duration of drying varies. Some are only 3 days, but there are also up to a week. The mummified bodies were cleaned, changed into clothes, and given the things they liked when they were alive. Once clean, the body was returned to the coffin. To conclude the Manene ceremony, the Toraja people perform Sisemba, which is traditional of food fighting as a game. The right picture, the name is Drambu Solo. The Drambu Solo ceremony is a funeral ceremony for the body. The aim is to deliver the spirit of the deceased of the afterlife, or Puyo. Puyo is called in South Sulawesi. In this ceremony, the bodies of their deceased relatives will be kept in the house and treated like sick people until it is time to hold the Rambu Solo ceremony. The deceased were still put to sleep in bed and given food and drink. According to their belief, a person cannot be said to have died if the Rambu Solo ceremony has not been completed. They will also wait until they can carry out the Rambu Solo ceremony if they are constrained by cost, because carrying out this ceremony requires quite a lot of money because the family has to buy pigs and buffalo, which will later be distributed to other residents. And the next slide, I will explain about the Pakaena dance, and I will to tell you about history from Pakaena dance. In the past, the Pakaena dance was performed as a medium for worshipping the gods. As time goes by, Pakaena dance functioned as a medium of entertainment. The Pakaina movement, performed by four dancers, has a philosophy that tells the story of life. The story told is the story of humans and the inhabitants of the sky. Well, the inhabitants of the sky are depicted as gods or angels of heaven who teach human lesson about how to survive in this open world. The way of life in question is starting from looking for food in the forests to farming in the forests. From this legend, the people of Goa believe that the movements performed by dancers are meaningful movements as an expression of gratitude to the inhabitants of the sky. As time goes by, this typical dance from South Sulawesi is very popular with the public, and eventually the Pachawan fans dance has become an attractive entertainment medium for the audience. Musicians will play very loudly and loudly. The sound of this music can be seen in the drum player who beats the membranophone musical instrument very energetically and passionately. At the first glance, the sound that is heard has nothing to do with dance. The loud music is a reflection of the tough and assertive man of South Sulawesi society. The drummer is the leader of this musical group because he determines the rhythm and the tempo of the song. Art, culture, and tradition. Makassar tradition, Apalili. Apalili is one of the local wisdom in South Sulawesi. Apalili is a traditional ceremony carried out before planting rice in rice fields. This tradition is carried out so that rice plants are protected from the match. At the same time, it is a form of gratitude to the Creator because of His grace and tawfiq, so that the local community can live in peace, security, and with sufficient food. Arate. Arate comes from the word rate, which means reading the scripture while it is sung. Arate is a tradition of reading the book of Paranji in the month of the birth of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, or in the month of Rabiul Awal. This tradition is carried out in several areas in South Sulawesi, namely Takala and Goa Regencies. Acea Kalempoang. Acea Kalempoang is a traditional ceremony to clean the heirlooms of the Goa Kingdom, which are stored in the Bala Lompoa Museum. The ceremony is held every Eid al-Adha holiday for 2 consecutive days. Acea Kalempoang aims to build an offering to the Kingdom of Goa. This procession begins with slaughtering the buffalo, Barajanji, and calling the ancestors on the first day. Toraja tribal tradition. The fourth one is Manene. The Manene ritual is a tradition carried out by the Toraja tribe in South Sulawesi. This tradition consists of cleaning bodies that have been dead for tens or even hundreds of years, or that have been mummified. This ritual is still maintained by the Toraja people to this day. In this tradition, one family cleans the mummy of their ancestors as a part of their lineage. Bugis tribal tradition. Mapa Dendang. Mapa Dendang is often referred to as a farming party for the Bugis tribe. This tradition is a form of gratitude to God for the success of planting rice. In the Mapadedang event, grain is peeled a mortar using a large stick as a founder. The Mapadedang event has magical value because it is related to the purification of the grain. Purification of grain means that if the grain is turned into rice, the rice will then be integrated with the human body. Therefore, it is necessary to carry out a purification ceremony for blessing. Mapali. Mapali is a ceremony to start the rice planting season. This event was led by Bisu Puang Matoa. The Mapali event was held by the royal Bisu. From this treasure of local wisdom, I as an entrepreneur can draw the meaning that the form of gratitude or gratitude for achievement is always in the form of joy together. Local wisdom and tradition. The first is Tabe culture. Tabe culture is an attitude of courtesy and mutual respect for each other. The values contained in Tabe culture are Sipakatau, is meaning not discriminating. Sipa kalebi is meaning respecting each other, and sipa kainge is meaning reminder each other. The second one is masopo bola. Masopo bola in Indonesian means moving or lifting a house. Masopo bola is a tradition that has been carried out for generations by the community. This tradition is carried out in order to move houses made of wood through mutual cooperation. The house was moved from one place to another. The third is Akudu Kudu. Akudu Kudu is also one the local wisdom in South Sulawesi. Akudu Kudu is similar to the Apali tradition but still has a difference. The Akudu Kudu tradition is carried out when the rice harvest is over. This is done by the local community as a form of gratitude to the Almighty for the gift they have been given. The fourth is Matopang Aajang. Matopang Aajang is a scared traditional ritual. This ritual is carried out every year, carried out by the people and government of Bone Regency in order to purify the heirlooms inherited from the kingdom of Bone. The last one is Uang Panai. Uang Panai, which in other language is usually called Panai, Panaik or Panai, is one of the mandatory things in the wedding tradition of the Bugis Makassar tribe. Uang Panai is money given by the groom to pay for the bride's wedding. In South Sulawesi, there are Makassar language, Bugis language, Konjo language, Watu language, Seko language, Bahasa language Bajo, Toraja language, and there are 5 most important values in the lives of the people of South Sulawesi. The first is the Lempu value, which means honesty, Getang, which means steadfastness, consistent and firmness in the upholding the principles one believes in. Reso, which means hard work. Teo is Tonge, which means honest and not. Kaliai, and the most important thing is Shiru and pace as the basic of everything, which means the most basic values for Makassar people and Bugis and Peshemi. Well, it brings me to the end of my presentation, and I will explain about the summary. South Sulawesi is one of the provinces that is still very rich in culture. Various types of tradition and custom that have existed for thousands of years and still exist today. The importance of maintaining culture so that it can become a characteristic of the region itself and attract the attention of the world. And thank you.